Welcome to Finnovative Insights. Today, we're going to explore what 2026 could realistically look like, using hard data, real indicators, and global trends, not big promises or wild predictions. 2025 is coming to a close, and for once, the world isn't staring at a dramatic revolution or a sudden shock. Instead, we're heading into a year that feels surprisingly calm. Stable, measured, but underneath that calmness, there's a lot happening, quietly, steadily, shaping what 2026 might become. Technology, once loud, chaotic, and full of hype, has started settling down. 2024 was the year of big AI launches. 2025 was the year businesses tried to make sense of it all. And 2026, it's shaping up to be the year things finally start working together. Digital payments are now dominating in places like India, reaching 99.8% of all transactions in mid-2025. Renewable energy installations broke records 2 years in a row. Cyber attacks jumped 38%, pushing governments and companies to rethink security. AI adoption in companies quietly climbed towards 70%. When we put these signals together, we see a picture of a world moving toward integration rather than innovation for innovation's sake. Things become smoother, more connected, more intelligent, not flashy, just better. Let's start with the obvious, AI. Not the dramatic, headline-grabbing AI of 2023. Not the confusing AI of 2024. The practical AI of 2026. Over the last 2 years, companies quietly upgraded their internal systems. AI is now part of office software, finance tools, HR platforms, customer support systems. And the studies are clear: productivity gains of 20 to 40% in specific tasks aren't theoretical anymore. They're showing up in real workplaces. This means that in 2026, AI won't feel like a technology. It'll feel like electricity, always there, powering things in the background. Students will use AI tutors without thinking. Small businesses will run AI bookkeeping because it's cheaper than hiring. And inside big companies, AI will guide decisions about supply chains, staffing, risks, even compliance. If the 2020s had a single turning point, 2026 might be the year AI stops being exciting and starts being useful. One of the strongest signals we have going into 2026 is the transformation of money itself. Digital transactions aren't just increasing, they're swallowing the old system. In multiple major economies, real-time payment adoption is growing between 20% and 30% every year. Over 70 countries are developing or piloting digital currencies. Banks, traditionally slow movers, are quietly adopting tokenization for settlements. If you zoom in, you can almost see the shape of financial life in 2026, cross-border payments that take seconds, not days. Digital wallets used as casually as WhatsApp. E-commerce platforms offering loans and insurance as easily as product recommendations. People investing in small slices of real estate or assets through tokenized systems. And this isn't speculation. Forecasts show tokenized assets jumping from under $300 billion today to $4 trillion by 2035. 2026 won't complete that journey, but it will almost certainly accelerate it. Robots have always lived in factories, until recently. Between 2023 and 2025, automation investment in warehouses jumped by about 30%. Restaurants started experimenting with robotic kitchens. Hospitals increasingly rely on delivery robots. And agriculture, one of the world's most labor-strained industries, began adopting autonomous tools out of sheer necessity. What's coming in 2026 isn't a wave of humanoid robots walking around. It's far more practical, small, specialized machines handling repetitive tasks that businesses can't find humans for, or can't afford humans for. Inventory robots, cleaning robots, farm harvesters, hospital runners, restaurant fryers. The economic pressure is real. In many sectors, automation already saves 20 to 40% in cost. And cost is the ultimate driver of adoption. We talk about clean energy as if it's a moral choice. In 2026, it's an economic one. Solar energy costs have fallen over 80% in the last decade. Battery prices dropped another 40% between 2020 and 2024. Several countries hit record renewable installations in 2024 and then beat their own records in 2025. When you follow the costs, a simple pattern emerges: renewables are no longer an alternative. They're the upgrade. Factories install solar because it cuts the power bill. Small businesses adopt battery backups after repeated grid issues. Governments ramp up renewable infrastructure to avoid fuel import dependency. 2026 won't be the year fossil fuels die, but it may be the year renewable energy becomes the rational, default choice. The healthcare crisis isn't coming, it's here. The world is heading toward a shortage of over 10 million healthcare workers. Wearable health devices are growing by 20% year over year, and regulators, especially in the US and EU, have begun approving more AI diagnostic tools each year. This creates a very simple reality for 2026. Hospitals don't adopt health tech because it's cool. They adopt it because they've run out of options. Remote monitoring for chronic illness. AI that reads scans faster than humans. Smartwatches detecting irregular heart rhythms early. Digital checkups becoming the norm for non-emergencies. Health tech grows not because the industry wants it, but because the world needs it. While tech grows smarter, attacks are growing smarter too. Between 2024 and 2025, cyber attacks surged 38%, and ransomware alone jumped over 70%. The cost of a single breach now averages more than $4.5 million. And with AI making attacks faster and more sophisticated, companies are responding the only way they can, by raising cybersecurity budgets across the board. In 2026, cybersecurity isn't a department, it's survival. Banks, hospitals, schools, governments, creators, even small businesses, everyone with a digital footprint needs protection. This may quietly become one of the fastest growing tech sectors of the year. Meanwhile, something entirely different is happening online. Content consumption, YouTube, TikTok, Reels, is at the highest levels in history. Creators are producing more, brands are spending more, and AI tools are giving individuals the power once reserved for production studios. 2026 could be the year when a single creator competes with small media companies. AI helps produce research-heavy content in hours. Animations, podcasts, videos, all become easier to make. This sector doesn't slow down because attention is the new oil, and the world is consuming more of it than ever. Here's the funny part. All these changes, AI, fintech, automation, clean energy, sound huge. But in daily life, 2026 probably won't feel dramatic. It'll feel smoother. Payments will be instant almost everywhere. Customer support will respond faster. Your doctor might see your health data before you walk in. Your work tasks will take less time. Bills will be automated. Energy will quietly come from cleaner sources. Nothing flashy, just a world that works better than the year before. While digital tools and AI are reshaping homes and offices, cities themselves are quietly getting smarter. Urban infrastructure is embracing data-driven management, traffic flows, public transport, energy grids, waste collection, all optimized with sensors and AI. Key data signals. Global smart city spending exceeded $180 billion in 2024, projected to cross $220 billion in 2026. Public transport optimization using AI cut average commute times by 10 to 15% in pilot programs. Energy-efficient buildings equipped with smart sensors reduce power consumption by 20 to 25%. Internet of Things adoption in urban systems grew by over 30% year-on-year across major metros. In 2026, citizens may not notice every sensor or AI system. But daily life becomes smoother, traffic lights anticipate congestion, public transport runs more reliably, and energy is used smarter. Smart cities aren't just a tech experiment, they're quietly improving urban life and efficiency, one system at a time. Looking at the data, 2026 won't be remembered for a single invention. It'll be remembered for something more important, a global shift toward practical innovation. It's not a revolution, it's a year where everything improves just enough that you notice, but not enough to overwhelm you. That's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching Finnovative Insights. Please like, share and subscribe for more.